How's everybody doing this evening? How's everybody doing this evening? Ain't nobody in here yet, but I thought I'd come on here, see how everybody's day was. I had a real good day today, but no, I thought I'd come on here see how everybody's day was going. Uh, Hi T Lee, good to see you in here. Uh, Trying to drop this link. There it is. I was wondering how everybody's doing. We had a good day. Me and Ed took the kids out for Easter, and then we went for dinner and had all you can eat buffet. That was good. We had a good evening. Uh, Hope everybody else is having a good evening. But yeah, it's hi Irvin. How's Irvin? Like I said, I ain't been on for a few days, but I've been busy. I had a few things to do, and then I got lazy, but yeah, I've been listening a lot of what's going on in different places. Hi, Sherbert. Nice to see you in here. There's a lot of cool people in here tonight. The other night I didn't have very many people in here, but I don't think we had too much to talk about. Right now, there's a lot going on in the news now. I just came from upstairs looking at some of it. Some of it makes you sick even to watch or listen to. But heck, there yesterday during April Fools, we was getting snow. I said, "But that ain't a very good April Fool's joke." But yeah, I'm glad everybody's doing good, and like I said, I'm doing fine, and Edna's doing fine. Everybody else I know of is doing pretty good. But yeah, I'm glad we can get some people in here, see they get to talk and stuff. But no, we had a real good day. Like I said, there's a lot going on in the news, man. Some of it just makes you turn your head and say, what are they even talking about? That yeah, I'm glad the people in chat can talk to different people. It's in here. Like I said, there's a lot going on right now, and that's where I just been sitting back and listening to some of the stuff that's going on in different places. See if there's anything I can learn or something I didn't know it's going on. But there's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot going on. But hope you're doing well, Liberd. You and Irvin, I hope you guys are doing good. Miss Blue Moon, she seems like she's doing good. Uh, there's a lot of people seem like they're doing pretty good. There's Sissy K in here. Nice to have her in here. There's a lot of people in here. Uh, yeah, I ain't been on too many people's show. I've just been sitting back watching. Yeah, I'm glad some people came over and checked me out tonight. Like I said, I ain't been on for a while. I just thought I'd come on and see if you guys had anything to talk about. They're not the last show, but the time before when all the girls jumped on the panel. I thought that was a good night. It was just something different having all them girls on here. Uh, but no, it's neat to get a different show going on, talking different people talking about different things. I still ain't got Lee J's address yet. Here's her coffee mugs that I told her I'd send out to her. Uh, got 4 of them. Get them up here. But yeah, I made those mugs there a few days ago. But yeah, she said she didn't want them, but I want to at least try to get them to her. If she don't want to give me an address or something, maybe she can come on here and tell me to give them to somebody else. Maybe I'll split them up, the set of 4, and maybe send them out to 4 different people. It's on here. If she don't want them, but I just thought I'd try to get them to her. But yeah, I'll definitely try to get them to her. But if she wants to give them away on here, we can give them away to somebody else. But I just thought I'd ask her, see what she wants to do. If I see Lee J in here, but she won them fair and square. But yeah, they might as well say they're her cups. She's got to tell us what she wants done with them. This Blue Moon, how's your day? Hope you're doing good. Hope everybody's doing good. But I see we got a couple new watchers starting to watch. Uh, Picked up 2 more subscribers. Like I said, this is gonna be a slow channel growing, but at least we're meeting some different people on here. And being a small channel, you get to know people a little better on here. You actually get true people standing behind you. Uh, but now I want to do some new stuff yet. I got some machinery I want to do this week if I get a chance. Miss Blue Moon, what are you laughing about? You and Edna's always giggling about something. But so you guys got any good news? You guys got something to talk about? Yeah, I had to get something to drink. Gonna drink some Mountain Dew tonight. I don't drink cold beer, so I drink sugar. Yeah, I ain't even really seen Lee J at too many other places. I hope she's feeling good. Like I said, she was feeling pretty bad there for a while. But I hope she's feeling better. Lori C, I hope she's feeling better. She's had a little bit of stuff going on. But like I said, everybody's got in a bad spot lately. I hope they're all doing well. I don't know where Pop Patrol's at. He's probably over at the Cat Alley show. That seems like a pretty interesting show. Miss Blue Moon don't like Cat Alley show. But no, I just figure somebody want to stop up here and say something. Fix your hair? Yeah. Yeah, it's not very sticky up all. I had it hanging up so the hair fell down on Miss Blue Moon. I'm sorry. I don't know where Pop's at. He's somewhere. He's lurking somewhere. Like I said, everybody seems like they're lurking somewhere. I hear that cat. I got a cat that comes through this building. And I think he's wanting to be on camera, but he'd probably bite me or scratch me. Here, kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. I don't know if she'll let me catch her or not. She's a wild cat. She don't like anybody touching her. So, let's see what Edna says. But no, I didn't know if anybody wanted to come on and talk or not. Different things of what they're into or what they're doing. Yeah, I have a hard time remembering what's all going on. Like I said, I can be off this phone 5 minutes and say, "Oh, I should have told them about this or that or whatever." There's so much going on. I see they're trying to push that gender study on the kids now. That ain't no good. Uh, yeah, I just seen a big thing about that. But you got some sick people in this world. But I guess they're just gonna attack our kids now. That's what they're planning on doing. It ain't like they ain't been attacking them for the last 2 years. Now they're gonna try to attack them some more. But I think we got a little bit of delay. I thought I heard somebody beeping in the back. No, must have been something else. Miss Blue Moon, you want to come on the panel? You'll give me somebody to talk to. But no, there's a lot going on, like I said. I went out and checked on the cows the other day. Wasn't no more baby calves. They're probably waiting for it to warm up. At least if I was a cow, that's what I'd be doing. It wasn't real cold here today, but it was kind of cool. You had to have a hoodie on. Uh, but no, I went to that restaurant this evening. Took the kids out to eat in Edna, and man, I felt like a stuffed freaking teddy bear time I came out there. I didn't even feel like moving, but after I got moving, I said I should have went to Walmart and looked around for an hour. Walked up and down the hallways. but but I like going there and here comes somebody. I miss Blue Moon.
What's up, Larry?
Nothing, just my hair.
Yeah, well, you need to fix it.
Yeah, it's up.
No, it isn't. Now it is. Don't try to trick me.
I can't see it. I got this little freaking thing up here. Can't even see anything. Unless I put it down. Now it's sticking up real high. Now I can see it.
Okay.
At least I'm hid behind this live thing. I can't hardly see it.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, sticking straight up like that. Hi, Edna.
Yeah. But no, I seen that before I came down here during Trump's speech. He was talking about that. And I was like, why would they push that on kids that's only 12 and 13 years old? Where they didn't have to have their parents' permission. I think that's crazy.
Well, that is crazy. But look who's
But
pushing it.
yeah. But that's like I seen something else pop up about the border. And heck, I still think eventually they was talking about that caravan coming. Heck, I think we're going to see a bunch more of that even come here in a few weeks.
Well, yeah, because I seen an article that Joe Biden's opening the borders on the 23rd. Now, will he or not? I don't know. Would it surprise me? Not at all.
You know, it looked like to me gas is going back. Gas
Back
is
up?
going back again.
Yeah.
Just the cheap gas, the regular gas was $4. And then if you want the medium grade or the next grade, it goes from like 86 or 87, then it goes to 89, then 93, and then 95 or something like that. But the high test, it was almost $5. Well, the other one was the cheapest one was $4. So it's $1 difference between high test and low test.
But that's
Uh,
okay, Larry. And I'm
I
going to
don't.
tell you what, Joe Biden
Yeah, I
is going
don't.
to give everybody $80 a month if you go out and get you an electric car.
Well, I ain't gonna get an electric car. I've been looking at switching some of my motors over to run off of wood burning smoke.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've been looking into it on YouTube. There's a lot of neat ideas that's on there people's got. I think that's pretty neat.
Irvin,
And
won't you
you,
get up here and tell us about it? Hit that link, Irvin.
but yeah, there's some neat stuff going on. I think there's another way of doing it and not even have to worry about fuel. I think I've been looking at a couple different things that it don't cost very much to really build the machine and hook it up to where your carburetor is, and you can switch it from gas straight into wood. I thought that was pretty neat.
That's
I seen
extremely neat.
I seen some guy mowing his yard with some wood. I said, heck, that's pretty neat. I said, heck, just go pick up the tree branches in your yard to mow your yard.
Irvin said his gas is 5.09 a gallon, and Sissy, hi Sissy, she said her gas is 4.43.
Yeah, but the way they're talking, it might even go higher yet.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know what they're thinking.
we might all have to get us some horses.
Well, I'd
Oh,
get
here
over
comes Urban, I think.
car.
Oh, we got KDP in the house.
Oh no. Come back, Katie. Irvin, you need
She's
to
there, ain't she?
her plates.
Yeah, Urban's here tonight. Oh, there goes
Yeah.
Katie. She fell off. There she
Can you hear me?
comes.
Oh, hello, beautiful Katie.
Hi.
You at Allen's?
She's cutting out.
My phone's getting ready to die. I just wanted to hop on and say hi.
Oh, you should have charged it so you could spend some time with us.
It might
Yeah.
be me now. Nope.
Where's Alan? He ain't gonna say hi?
He's out here. I came in here because there's
I can't
a
understand.
party. Babe, they want you to say hi.
I only hear robots.
I hear you just fine, Katie. It must be you, Larry. Did you get water
Must
in
be.
your internet again?
Huh?
No. Oh, it's better.
Everybody's saying hi, Katie. Sissy K, T Lee, your mom, everybody's saying hi.
Hi.
She missed a good dinner tonight.
Huh?
We
You
went
missed
to all you can eat, Katie.
You better fucking not have. You
They
missed something.
did, Katie, they did.
Oh, it was so good. I couldn't even eat a salad. I was so full.
I don't want to talk to you. Not talk to me.
That's because he ate 2 full plates, Katie.
You better be
I
lying.
ate one for you. Oh, I ain't lying. That's Miss Blue Moon. I even shared her plate, but she couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
It was so good. I had baked steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, whole bunch of stuff. But I couldn't get ice cream because I was too full.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna get a hot fudge sundae.
Mm-hmm.
She must be behind.
Hello. Alright, I'm gonna get off here. My phone's dying. Love you.
Yeah, it's something wrong with it. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Katie. See, Larry, you made her mad. You shouldn't have told her that you went to all you can eat.
Oh, it was so good. She's still here. Oh, Katie, that ice cream even looked good, but I didn't get any. Sorry.
Oh, you're just making it worse.
Yeah,
You're gonna be in so
but
much
you know,
trouble.
I take all the kids and everybody there, and you can stay there all day if you wanted to, if you could eat that much. But I can never eat that much. But if we go to McDonald's, the time you buy them a meal there, heck, we can go down there and get all you can eat for 10 I think it's $10.99. And heck, you can have salad bar, you can have meat, mashed potatoes, you can have ice cream. There's a lot to choose from when you go to that bar. Them
And I'm
chicken
sure it's,
wings. That's the only place to go eat.
and I'm sure it's healthier than McDonald's, right?
Oh yeah, it's probably healthier than Burger King, McDonald's, or Wendy's. Like I said, it's all homemade cooking.
Well, you need to quit eating all that fast food. That's not healthy for you.
Yeah, that's what Edna says too. She said, heck, we'd be ahead to eat there when we go out to eat.
Oh, did you see the news piece on this nationwide warning that people, everybody is getting sick from eating Lucky Charms? That they're
You know,
getting they're throwing up and having diarrhea. Don't eat it.
uh, that uh, sugar crisp or not sugar crisp. It's like cinnamon crunch. Uh, they was saying something's wrong with that too. Said it was they're finding out it got maltahide or some crap in it. Maltahide, I think they said in it. It was something that they said was in it. That's that cinnamon crunch. I think it was cinnamon crunch. It was some kind of cereal.
You know what? I don't know about anybody else, but I'm telling you, I'm real damn tired of every day there's something else you can't eat. There's something making people sick. I'm tired of what they're doing to the food. It just doesn't make no damn
I,
sense.
I just think they got their hands in it too much.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, they like I said, I think that's what their plan is to tell us when to eat and when not to eat, and just more of control. But I think that's why most people they just like to just leave and be off grid. Yeah, I think a lot of people like to just leave and go off a grid. Period. Like I said, they'd get a lot of more healthier foods. They'd probably even live better. Like I said, they're outrageous price gouging everybody right now. Uh, I think if you was Amish, you could live pretty good. Everybody makes fun of them because they have to ride a horse and different things, but I just think they're so much more healthier than we are.
Wonder how many people laugh at them right now as they stand there and pump that high price gas in their vehicles.
Well, and that's like I went down there and talked to him there last month, and I was like, "Well, how's this virus handled out for you guys?" And he's like, "Oh, there's nothing here." He said, "Don't pay attention to it." He said, "That's just the government trying to put that stuff in your head." He said, "We ain't ever had no trouble since they even said that." He said, "It's all." He said, "It's all in their head." He said, "It's just a common cold." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, people in his Amish group," he said, they ain't none of them been sick besides getting a head cold or something from being out in the weather. Like I said, they're out in the weather night and day.
Hey
But
Larry, you have a person in the chat. His name is Cletus Bob Joe. Hello, can you be a hearing me? Hello, can you
I
be a hearing
created
me?
Bob Joe. Nice
Hi,
to have you
Cletus.
on the show. Uh, we all just want conversation. We're just having conversation. So if you want to come on the panel, you're welcome to come on. We invite everybody on here wants to have conversation. Uh, new
He says
conversations
Susan
always good.
YouTube is saying
Huh?
this is he said so the YouTube is saying this is a good station to watch. What's in it all about?
Uh, we we do a little bit. We like doing the short videos. We do we do giveaways here. We do glass work. These are some cups that we made for Lily J. Uh, we got some different things that we make, and we give it to our guests for free, just for come and support the channel. We got some good mods in here. We got Miss Blue Moon and Libert and Edna, and uh, we just feel like I said, we feel with our mods in here, we shouldn't need a bunch of our mods. Our mods handles everybody in here. We shouldn't even be fighting. We all agree on. We disagree and whatever. We just keep moving on. Everybody should. We don't put up with arguing and stuff. We don't believe in that. We thought we could just have a few mods in here, and we don't really want to hand wrenches out because our mods is supposed to take care of everybody. But
We talk
we just
about
want to come on.
everything.
We when our chat comes on, uh, we just use it. Come on here and just chat. So it don't limit us to one thing. We can talk about anything. But like I said, we do long videos, we do short videos, we have conversation if you want to have conversation. But no, anybody's welcome, just long as we can have conversation, because there's always somebody smarter than somebody else. Like I said, we just want to have conversation. Talk about your weather, talk about how your day went. But I'm glad like I said, we every week we've been getting somebody new when we do do a live. Uh, we're not the
He
smartest
said,
people. Huh?
Larry, he said, well, and that sound fine, Mr. Larry. Thank you for making me welcome here. Well, you're
Yeah,
welcome, Cletus. And if you're
yeah,
shy, you don't have to go on
but
the panel. But if you want to talk about something, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. What state are you
yeah,
from?
yeah. Like I said, we got. If you want to talk about something, let either somebody in the chat know, and we can try to talk about it. If we know about it, we'll talk about it. If we don't know about it, we'll let somebody that's in the show talk about it. Like I said, we all know different things, and we should be here to help each other. Because there's always one of us smarter than the other one. But no, like I said, we do a lot of different fun videos. Maybe it'd learn somebody something. We did some fire videos on here. We did some tire videos. We show animals on here. I think that's a good idea. Show some animals. Uh, but we're all new at this. There's some of us in here smarter than that. Miss Blue Moon, she can run this operation with her eyes closed.
Oh my gosh, Larry, I wish.
But no, I think we're doing okay for where we're setting at. Like I said, none of us even knew how to even start a live show, but we're figuring it out slowly but surely. But
He said, when I be getting my tax check back, maybe I'll get me one of them there microphones and I'll come talk a spell with you. Well,
oh yeah, yeah, like I said, that'd be fine. Like I said, you don't need a lot of things, like I said, to come on here. You just need to see us drop the link and just hit the link and it'll let you right in here on your telephone. It's pretty simple. At least it's simple to me now. I used to think it was difficult, but the main thing is to make sure you got good service. But That's like there's some people that's in the chat, that T Lee. She makes quilts and blankets. She shared that with us there last week. Uh
Beautiful.
Irvin, he shared some recipes in here. He shared a couple pie recipes. I think he shared some crock pot cooking in here. Uh, like I said, Libert's got some good information. There's a lot of people that's got good information. But Edna, she's got some good information. But we just want people to join to have conversation to see how their day went and make sure they're doing fine.
Larry, we only be having an old donated computer. We waiting on this tax check to go shopping. Time is hard, you know.
Yes, it is. Yeah, like I said, I think it's hard for everybody, and that's like a lot of these communities that's building these little talk shows. There's a lot of them doing really well. They're helping a lot of people out, and their mind's in the right place. But yeah, I'm glad there's some of these groups that's really helping out. Like I said, we got some people in here struggling. Like I said, Miss Blue Moon's been struggling. She's been getting helped out by some of these wonderful people that's on here. Uh, but we got good people in all these shows.
When are you gonna plant your garden again, Larry?
When I get rid of the snow,
So we'll all have food.
heck, I want to do a show on making zucchini bread this summer. I think that would be. I love zucchini bread and I like making it, but yeah, I think that would be pretty neat to do a show on here or a video of making some different stuff, zucchini bread and maybe some cannon or something.
Yeah, you definitely have to do the cannon.
But I know Pop Control, he keeps on wanting to learn how to do it because he knows we do it here. Uh, we pressure cook here. You just gotta know what kind of attitude you're at to know what the weight on top, where to set the weight. It's pretty neat, but it's just pretty easy. Like you can even cold pack corn and different things. There's a lot of different neat things to learn. But I just think this show should be where we all can come on here and share our information. If somebody thinks it is wrong, well, that's their belief. We can all just help one another, I think. But like I said, we got some good people in here. I got some different necklaces I want to give some of our people when they come in here. But I just got to find a good way to maybe get some addresses, send some stuff out to some people. But yeah, there's always nice people everywhere. You always have one of them that's a butt or two, but we gotta like them too.
Cletus Bob Joe said, "Hey Larry, I hit the like button for you.
Well,
Miss Edna, I see you being here. It's a nice to meet good folk."
but yeah, I hope everybody hits the like button. Like I said, when I first took off, I thought we did really good in the first couple videos we did. They automatically hit 1,300 views real quick. Like I said, I think we just need a show. We all know about politics and different things that we need to do, but I think it's just good for the old and the young just to come in and have or conversation. I think that's a good thing.
I think that's a real good thing. Sister
And
Kay said she cans almost everything.
yeah, I got a pretty big pressure cooker. Uh, yeah, I got a big pressure cooker. I like canning in pints because I can stack them pints in there. Because usually if we can in quarts, we can't normally eat all of it, and we waste a lot of it. So we do pints. It works really
Right.
good out for us. Uh, but yeah, before this virus kicked off, I was buying chicken for like 28 cents a pound or something like that. And I was just canning like mad. I canned chicken and deer and just pork and just all kinds of stuff. But like I said, it'll last a long time. That's like the other night when we started having a conversation about the eggs, and you're like, I ain't eating those eggs. But there's a lot of neat things out there.
Well, ask Chat if they would eat them. Would Jolly eggs that are 10 years old?
8 months old, year old. Uh, Miss Blue Moon, can you hold this for a minute?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you stay here for a minute? I want to go get something.
Oh, absolutely. Hello, all you listeners out there. This is the Miss Blue Moon After Dark show, where we talk about any and everything, or anyone if you want to. All I need y'all to do is jump up here on the panel and give me a topic or put it in a chat.
Sorry for taking so long,
Oh, you're fine.
but I'm gonna make the screen a little bit bigger.
Sissy K said no 8-month-old eggs for her. No.
Okay. But no, I want to share this book with you guys, if you can see it. It's called The Lost Ways.
Yes.
If you guys get a chance to either get one of these books, but it talks about mimicking it, where it has how to make gunpowder.
Oh
It
my.
it talks about different plants and roots in it to if you get a common cold or infection. Uh, like I said, it comes with recipes, different flours that you can eat. To take, like, maybe if you got swelled uh, knees or legs or so any kind of information on your body. I mean, it shares, I don't know if you can see it, but it shares a lot of the plants, what the plants look like. But I mean, how to keep your food from spoiling, how to make springs in the ground, different things. It's a very good book. No, I wanted to share that book, and they make like 4 or 5 different copies of this book. They make another one. It's just medicine with the stuff that's in the wild, but it's a very good book. I went through it and wrote some stuff down in it that I liked in there. Like I said, it tells you step by step of what you need to make all this stuff. There's a lot of good information in it.
Where'd you get it at?
I got it online, but
I would like to
they
have one.
but I think it was only like $20, but there's more than $20 worth of information in here. Like I said, we might have to sit on here 5 years before we can get any of this information out of this book. And that's why I said there's a lot of people on here already got this knowledge. It's on here, it knows these things, and that's where I think we need to be sitting on here, just having conversation, because there's a lot of things that certain people knows and other ones don't know. But that's like me and you and different people talks on here, and there's a lot of different information that I knew that you didn't know, and information that you knew that I didn't even know. And that's why I
Right.
said I like when we're getting different people to come in here.
I agree. Cletus Bob Joe said, I done subscribed. I'm going to tell everyone here about your great show. Our battery is about used up, so I got to go. See y'all again.
But no, the only thing I want everybody to know, it ain't all about me. It's about the people that comes here. It You guys tell me what you guys want to talk about. Because like I said, I like being all ears and listening. But I know a lot of stuff too. But if I don't know about it, I'll usually just let somebody else talk about it. Hi,
Right.
Urban.
Thank you for being here, Cletus. Thank you for subscribing. And please come back soon.
But no, that's like Urban. Urban, he knows a lot of stuff, or you, or heck, there's stuff that probably Urban knows, different things that we didn't know. But
Right.
everybody's got information.
Right.
I'll shut up. We got Urban on here. Man, he's got something.
Hi, Irvin.
Hey, hello everybody.
I am good. How are you today?
I'm doing okay today. Now that I got my dishes done, I can eat later on.
You have got to
Yeah.
invest in the paper plates, Irvin.
No, they're too expensive out here.
Where are you at?
I'm in Washington State. I'm in Skagit County.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have to take up a donation, y'all, to get Irvin some paper plates.
No, I'm fine with the couple I have, the couple plates I have. I have to do dishes. If not, they'll just stack
Right.
up.
Yeah, we got to keep him in shape.
Larry, them eggs you're talking about, are they canned or just raw?
No, you take them. There's like a bunch of different ways to do them. There's a restaurant in New York. She was serving them in her restaurant 20 years old. And they said like they're uh they dip them in oil, uh or you can give them when an egg comes out, it's got blooming on it. You don't want to clean that blooming off, and when you put that oil on them, it keeps them from rotting, because when air hits something, that's when it goes bad. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can preserve eggs, and you can even freeze dry them. That's where they take the eggs and they mix them up into a bowl, and then they end up being like a powdered egg.
Yeah, I've heard about the freeze drying, and I saw a lot of videos. Hey, KN, how you doing? But that costs a lot of money, and at my age, I'd never get enough use out of it.
Yeah, but well, that's just like some of the videos I seen on there, because I thought it was pretty interesting when I seen that, and they was saying that it's like it's not it's something like an olive oil, but you got to buy it at food grade through the drugstore.
Oh, okay. Do they leave it in the shell? It's still in the shell?
Yeah, yeah. You take this, you just get the egg from the chicken, and then you put the egg in your hand, or you put a little bit of that oil in your hand, and then you just rub it on the egg like this, and then you set it back in the carton. But it will not work with store-bought eggs. It has to be from the actual chicken that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it will not work because the store eggs, they go ahead and they scratch or they wash the blooming off of them.
Okay, I understand. Now I used to get my eggs out of a chicken house, but they would last up to 3 months with just leaving them in the refrigerator.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of neat ways I learned this week about them but they was saying like the store bought eggs, some of them are 8 months old, but they don't really say that, but you never know how long one of them's been sitting there.
Well, that's with anything you buy in the store. Like when you buy your Halloween candy, that's already made.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making that now for Halloween. It's just like your Easter candy was made right after they start that in probably about August to make it.
Well, that makes sense. Because it'd be pretty hard to make all that, I figure, at one time.
Y'all, they make tons of. I worked in an M&M Mars warehousing for 13 years, so that's how I know. And when you get that fresh candy in, oh, is that ever so good?
One of my friends works up in Hershey, Pennsylvania, up where they make Hershey candy bars,
Mm-hmm.
and he always tells me to come up and see him, but I never got a chance to come up and see him. He said you would see the neatest thing through that chocolate factory.
Yes, yes. Hershey Park, they got a thing up there that
Yeah,
you go through. They show you how to make it. I lived 20 miles away from there for 40 some years.
but yeah, he showed me some of the videos of different things that they make. I said, Dad, that'd be pretty interesting. He comes down here when we used to have the Marvel show, and he'd always bring me a whole bunch of the Hershey candy bars with him.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Nice.
that was always nice.
Yeah. Have you ever made sauerkraut?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. I used to do that.
Yeah, and that's what I said. There's on some of these shows on here that they do, a lot of them don't even talk of what they've done for a living. There's a lot of different things that you could learn from different things, like what a person's done in his life during his job or whatever, because there's a lot of information there to share.
Yes, there is. When you
Uh,
make your sauerkraut, what do you put it in to cure it? To leave it sit in?
uh, when my father-in-law, they used those Crocs, the big Crocs.
Yeah, my dog's barking. They're in trying to eat. Oh, jeez.
Why don't you share with them?
No, my female dog. My female dog, for some reason, she goes in there every night. I got to go through this. She goes in there and barks. I've been putting up this for 10 years because the male dog's over at his food. She's over her food. But this is what she does.
That's like my dogs. My dogs know when I go in and out of the door, but every time I come in, they want to bark. But little dogs always bark. I mean, that's all that I think they know how to do is bark. Especially if you got one chihuahua, it'll always bark.
Yeah, I think I got a call. Go ahead, Miss Blue Moon.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a Dalmatian and a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Or not a Dalmatian, a Labrador. I'm sorry. And it's the Rhodesian. It's the Rhodesian that's barking.
Is it one of the curly Labradors?
It's a yellow lab, big one, huge. He used to be huge.
Yeah, they usually are huge. My friend's got one of the Labradors. It's curly. It's more of a bird hunting dog, but they use it for grouse and pheasant and stuff. But it's a neat looking dog. It don't look like a regular.
Oh, mine was too dumb to teach how to hunt.
Yeah. Well, I've had a lot of rabbit biggles that way. The only thing they would chase is tame rabbits. They
I
wouldn't
used to
chase a
take my
wild rabbit.
when I hunted rabbits. I had a German Shepherd. I'd take out rabbit hunting with me. He'd chase the rabbits for me.
Yeah. I like to find me another good German Shepherd. Like I said, Miss Blue Moon's seen our German Shepherds, but they just got old and passed away. We had a working shepherd, and the working shepherd's totally different kind of shepherd than a regular German Shepherd. Working shepherd's like maybe 45 or 50 pounds heavier.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, my Ridgeback, she's deaf also. She can't hear. So I was doing good with her until I got the lab, and then all the training went downhill.
But yeah, I seen one in rescue I was thinking about getting, but when I checked on it, they said it had a bad problem of nipping, so I didn't want that.
No, you
Yeah.
can't have them. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a dog that wants to nip all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially if you got kids around. But one day I'll find one. It's a pup. You just gotta keep looking.
Well, that's just it. Mine are 10 years old. My lab, if he lives another year, I'll be lucky.
But our working shepherd was 16 and a half, and the other regular shepherd was 14. Everybody said they couldn't believe they lasted that long.
Yeah,
But
my
the
shepherd
first,
was about. Go ahead.
but ours, the big shepherd, his hips was the first thing that went out on him, and the other one, the 14-year-old, she just ended up getting cancer being old.
Yeah, my shepherd lived to be about 15, but he got mange somehow. I don't know how he got it.
Yeah.
And once he got that, he went downhill. We had the stuff the vet gave us to put on him was highly, highly poisonous.
You know, my grandpa, you know what he would put on them when they got that?
Probably
He
some
would,
kind
for mange, he would put motor oil on them.
that's what I heard. I heard that also, but I didn't know what it was.
But you know, I had a friend that brought their girlfriend here, and because my basement's like an apartment, and they was staying with me till they got on themselves. But I went clear on the other side to Pennsylvania and got her, and her dog didn't have a bit of hair on it, and I put that oil on that dog for maybe about 2 weeks. Its hair came right back. I mean, it killed the mange real fast, and I mean, it had hair on it. She goes, I don't know what to do. She said that dog's been like that for like 5 years,
Wow.
but it cured that dog up real fast. Even it didn't even have no hair on its head. But after I got it all cured up, got the mange off of it, I trimmed its nails up. You couldn't even tell it was the same dog.
Hey, Irvin,
Yeah. Yes.
we have a new person, Mary April June, in chat. She wants to know who you are. She thinks you sound sexy up there. And Larry, I'm going to step down. I'm going to be in the chat. You guys got this under
Okay.
control.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you coming up here. Like I said, at least you gave us a little bit of information and different things going on. And I'm glad your day's doing good.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
But yeah, I hope everybody's been having a good day. Like I said, I had a good day. I just wish I'd get rid of this snow.
All right, I'm out, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Let me say something to Mary here, Mary April. Mary April, I was told the other night that I have a radio voice, but I told them that I have a radio face also.
But but no,
But I'm
there's a
glad,
lot of news going on.
yeah, Mary, I'm glad to see you come on the show tonight, and you're welcome here anytime. I'm sure Larry will tell you that too. It's his show.
Well, I want everybody to think this is their show. I think we all should be just sharing information, even if it's recipes.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk to you about the sauerkraut because we used to put it in a garbage can, 55-gallon garbage can, and we do about 30 gallons in it. That's how we made
Yeah,
it.
well, Edna's dad and them, when they made it, they used, well, you could use a garbage can, but the uh the Crocs works really well. But
Yeah,
I figure anything like that, it's just like when you're fermenting hay. As long as you can get it turn, and I don't know, where it ferments so it doesn't go bad. It's just like anything. You gotta try to keep it in decent temperatures. You still here?
I'm sorry, I was muted. My dog was barking again. Um, when you get done with putting it all in the crock and everything, what do you put on top to seal it with?
I know. They always used he had one that had a cement, like a crock lid, and then it had a rubber seal.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Y-
talking to a guy that makes it and sells it retail, and he's the one that told us about the garbage cans, to put it all in garbage cans. But he'd use garbage bags and fill them full of water,
But
and that
like I
sealed them. And,
said, but that's the same process with the hay when you're cutting hay when it ferments. The main thing is, as long as you get that bag on there and that plastic wrap on there, it'll ferment and it'll all mix together and it'll be really good.
yeah, we did that for I think when I lived back east, we did that for like 8 years. Me and a
Uh,
couple buddies got together. We do 70, 80 heads, big. I'm talking huge heads.
but like I said, there's always somebody got a better way of doing something, and it's fun just sharing it the way different people does things. Like I said, it's like I was wanting some information that some old man does, because we do silage bales for hay, and he told me he does even his dry hay like that. And he said, because heck, he don't have no waste that way.
Yeah, well, that's just it. We used plates before that, and we always had waste, about an inch of waste in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just like just talk and share different information. But that's like I think it was Sissy K in here. She said she does a lot of canning. There's a lot of ideas she can give us about canning on here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've done a lot of canning too. I used to do a lot of spaghetti sauce and stuff like that. And I used to dry my tomatoes. I used to dehydrate them and then grind them up into a powder. And then when I re-warmed up my spaghetti sauce, I put them in to thicken it. And that worked
Yeah.
really well.
Well, that's the way we do our hot peppers, and it works really well too.
Yeah, yeah,
You can make your own chili powder.
right. And I did that. I don't like hot peppers, but I did that with regular peppers and onions.
It's like 1 year, I gave Edna like, I don't know, maybe 3 big boxes of peppers and told her, I said, have a nice day. Well, she didn't put no rubber gloves on and she knew what she was doing and cutting them up and de-seeding them and different things. But the time she got done, she had blisters up and down her hands. She's like, never again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Them hot peppers, man, they're really bad like that.
Yeah, her hands, just her fingers everywhere just blistered because she had all that juices on her. And I mean, probably from her freaking elbows down to her hands, it was nothing but blood red. I was like,
Oh
you
man.
wasn't supposed to soak your arm in them. She said next time she's wearing gloves.
Yeah, yeah. You have to.
Uh, but no, it's just funny because a lot of people does so much other things different. But that's like I wanted to do a couple short videos, different things, different ways to sharpen chainsaws and different things. And I thought that would be a good video to show.
Yes.
Uh,
Larry Libertas would like to know the name of that book again that you were showing.
the Lost Ways.
Okay, I hope you got that. Yeah, I've seen that advertised.
You know, they got 2 of them. There's one of just medicines, and but this one here's got a lot in it too. It's like the only weed that's in your yard that you're always trying to kill, and it's the dandelion. And that's actually the best thing that's in your yard. If you start looking at the cures it does, it takes a lot of information off your body. It helps you from having upset stomachs. There's a lot of things behind. That's like the purple clover. It tells about the purple clover. Uh, but there's a lot of natural herbs out in your yard. I mean, it would help you out better than what you are getting the stuff from the store.
Yes. I heard that about the dandelions. I know they used to eat them back in the olden days. You know, I remember my grandparents and older people saying about eating them. I know they made wine out of them. Libertas,
I
that's all right. That's all right. How you spelt my name? I'm used to it. Nobody knows my name, how to spell my name ever, so you're good.
Yeah, it tells all about the dandelion. There was another one in here. I always see it in the field. I can't think of the name of it. But it gets like a big fruit on it, and everybody used to tell me it was poisonous. But after I started reading up on different things, I started studying about it. It's not the fruit that you want to eat and cook up, it's actually the roots in the plant. But it's supposed to help with rheumatoid real good. But there's a lot of different things in that book. They would help a lot of people just to know it. And it's just like the recipes on how to make mimic. Uh, the soldiers used that, and you never had to refrigerate it. But
Okay.
there's a lot of neat recipes in there, and that's like it tells what you need to make the gunpowder and stuff in there. There's a lot of information in it. I just think that's the kind of stuff that I know a lot of people on here knows how to do it, but if you can share some of these different things like that, and that's like Deanna, she's got a lot of these books that talks about some of these recipes, and but the Lost Ways, it's got a lot of stuff in it. But there's like 3 different chapters. There's one on medicine, and then there's another one that's just survival. But this one here's a hardback book, and it's half medicine and half different ways to learn different things.
Yeah, like I
But
said, I've seen it advertised and stuff, and I've seen people talking about it before. Seemed like a really good book.
that's like I probably would have to get and show you. You know what a skill saw blade is?
Yeah.
But anyway, I got one I made out here, but anyway, you take the skill saw blade. I could get a. Hold on a minute.
Libertas again. Don't worry about that. You can call me anything you want, but late for dinner.
I can't find one, but anyway, I could show you with the plate. You know how a skill saw's got the hole in the center?
Right.
Okay. Anyway, you take a hacksaw and you cut the blade in two, like one side of it, and then you bend it, and then you weld it to it'll look like a drill. You just put a piece of pipe through it. But I got some information off the internet now, books, but anyway, it works really good. You can drill your own well in about 2 hours with it, your water well.
Oh, wow.
But I drilled one the first day. Me and my son wanted to test it out, but we drilled a water well 30 foot deep in about 2 hours.
Ooh, that's really good.
And then you take you a piece of 4-inch PVC pipe, and you put holes in the bottom of it so the water can come in. But then you put it down in the hole, and then you put gravel around it. And then you take one of these old-fashioned well pumps and put on the top. But you'll get about maybe 50 gallons of water out of there. The one we did, we got pretty good water out of, but we did the other one down below the greenhouse, and it stays full all the time, level with the ground all the time. It seems like it never dries up, but it works really good. But you can buy on eBay, you can buy the kits on there for $108. I think it's $170. And you can drill all the wells in your yard for like, oh no, just the time, and you got to spend $170 to get the drill, but it's all hand crank by hand. But in a couple hours, you can have your own water well right there in your yard. But I thought that was pretty neat, especially if you had any half decent yard, because you can always use, huh?
See, that's something we couldn't do out here. It's against the law for us to drill wells, our own wells.
Huh? But that's like.
Go ahead.
That's like when I went to pick up my nephew in Huntington, and they got to pay for the water. It runs off their roof to the city.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, and they can't collect it.
Yeah, they ain't allowed to collect it. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And that's like I heard out in California, they're starting to stop everybody from taking these sheds and turn them into tiny houses too. And
yeah, because they want you to live. They want you to rent. They're building all these houses and everything. They're buying up land, building these houses, and they want you to rent. They want everybody confined into one area so they can control you.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I know you probably heard of it. It's the Wheeling Downs, the big casino up in Wheeling, towards Wheeling Island, I-470. It's a big uh gambling place where they race dogs and different things. But they got a lot of homeless up there, and they had a project that they was going to do for the homeless. I thought it was a good idea, and they was going to put up these tiny houses to help these people to get back on their feet. And I don't know if it ever kicked off or not, but I know they had a lot of neat programs started where even the rainwater was recycled off the roof for them, but at least it kept them out of buildings, and they was actually doing some good to helping them.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Here in Washington State, in the county I live in, you're not allowed to live in an RV all the time. It's against the law to live in your RV, but there's so many homeless people and so many people doing it, they don't bother you.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's like there was some under a bridge not very far here, but there was a lot of gangsters on the street, but they was attacking the homeless here. But it was about maybe 50 to 100 miles away from here, but still the homeless was under the bridges, and these gangs was attacking them and hurting them. And but I figure you got a lot of that. It goes on like in these big areas.
Yeah, that's closer to the city. You know, them
Yeah,
city kids, they don't know what to do. They take advantage of people anyway.
yeah, but no, like I said, I like when we can share different information. Uh, but that's like some of these other shows that I go to. They share some pretty good information too. Uh, but that's what I said. I think we all should be able to help because there's somebody that has a different job and other people. There's a lot of information we could share with each other.
Yeah, I watch a lot of videos. I'm getting ready to make myself a hobo stove. So I have it just in case things go south, and that way I can at least cook stuff.
Uh, I got the stuff to make one of those hobo stoves, and but I was thinking about building one too because I got some different ideas to build one. But mine was going to be about I don't know about maybe mine was I was going to plan on trying to build it like a rocket stove, but then I came up with some other brain idea, and I was thinking about making it where you can cook different things on it too, or you could set a top on it and then have a door on it where you can even bake bread if you wanted to. But I had some different ideas like that. Just put different things where you can slide on it. You could use it as an oven or use it to fry eggs or potatoes or because
My
some
one,
of the
go ahead.
my brother-in-law, he built some nice ones out of old steel car rims, and he cut the center out and then he welded them together. But it almost works like a rocket stove. But he can put like a top on it, and he can fry eggs. I mean, he can cook everything on it. It works really well.
Well, that's what the big number 10 cans. That's what I'm making my hobo stove out of. So it's portable, it's easy to carry, and then I have something to cook with. But my brother, when he used to teach Boy Scouts, when his grandson was younger, and he took care of a Boy Scout pack, they'd go to the jamborees, and he would teach them how to make ovens out of cardboard boxes. That was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've made some different ovens like that. Me and a couple of my friends, and uh, I mean, you can make these sun ovens. They actually, some of them does really good. Uh, the Amish here, they sell one here already made up. And the day when I was there looking at it, they had a whole turkey and a ham in one of them had a ham and the other one they had a turkey in, and they was cooking it in that tin foil oven.
Wow, that would be neat. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it looked like a cardboard box, but it had like that aluminum foil on it. And I mean they was putting a whole freaking turkey in there and a ham. And you know, it takes a lot of heat to cook that on the inside.
Yeah, and they did it by the sun, solar.
Yeah. That's pretty neat.
Wow, that
But
would take a long time, you would think.
you think it would, but it was over 100 degrees in it, in the oven. But you know, last night I seen a video. You know these big floor model I don't know, they had the big floor model flat screen TVs. The plastic on the glass was kind of wobbly. They was big and bulky, but I seen a guy take one of those last night and he put it out in the sun. And he could take that lens and just hold it towards the sun, and it would burn a hole right through another rock. It, just by that lens of that TV. He took the lens out of it, the glass on it, and he could burn holes through rock with it.
Wow, that's pretty strong then. I never even thought of that.
Yeah. But there's like, you can buy these little plastic cards. They're big as a credit card, and you can carry them in your wallet, and you could stick it up at the sun and put some like piece of chippings of wood and stuff on something, and just the card facing towards the sun, and it hits that, it'll automatically catch it on fire. It's pretty neat. They're called fire cards, I think.
Yeah, it's like a magnifying glass card.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
but
seen them.
I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, but that's like you can take little chunks off of blue jeans and cut them into like, I don't know, inch by inch, and then put them in a like a metal can and poke some holes in it. Put it in a fire, and then those little pieces of blue jeans will charcoal. And when they charcoal, you can bring them back out there, and you can just take a lighter or just a piece of flint you find in the creek and just strike them on, they'll automatically catch on fire. I just thought that was pretty neat too.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. But there's a lot of different things, like I said, that we can learn.
Yeah, when I went out hunting, I carried a lighter, waterproof matches, a battery, and steel wool. Because I figured if the other two didn't work, maybe the steel wool and the battery would work.
Yeah, I had some friends, they got lost in the woods for 2 days one time. I was like, and then they didn't realize to follow the creek, and if they would have followed the creek, they would have ran right into the house because the creek came right down beside the house, and they just wandered just around the hill, kept on going around the hill, and they didn't know what to do.
That's how you get lost. You just keep wandering around. I
Yeah.
used to tell my hunting buddies when we went out. I told them, if I'm not back and you think that I'm lost, go to the ranger station, tell them to get on their satellite and look for the biggest forest fire they ever seen, because that's where I'm at.
I met some friends there a few years ago, and I invited them in to hunt with us during deer season. But I said I took them on the property and showed them so they wouldn't get lost. But that morning before we left, they all set the GPS on their telephones, and they was like, well, we got this, so we ain't getting lost. I said, you guys will not get lost. But they set them anyway, but they didn't get lost. But I guess they just protected themselves in case they would have started wandering. Because
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to get turned around in woods you don't know.
If you pay attention when you go in and you pay attention what's around you, if you know the sun and all that. I've never used a compass in my life. I still don't know how to use a compass. But I've gone out in the woods I've never been in before, and I've never gotten lost. Never ever.
Yeah, yeah, I know how to use a compass, but it's like I wear one of these little packs on my side, and I got it in there, and that's like us here when we always carry like when this virus kicked off, we always had a go bag. If we had to leave here, we got a go bag. I think everybody should have a go bag in case they have to leave their home or something. At least have a bag where you ain't ushering around worrying about if you have this or have that. I think everybody should have a go bag.
Yes, they should. We had our flood this year. That's what I did. I came in and threw a couple things in a tote and two of my backpacks, and away me and the dogs went. And I had to spend
And,
2 days out in my
but
van because it flooded and I couldn't get out.
but that's like this book here. That's where I had it at. I had it stored around the corner. I got it in my go bag in case we ever have to leave here. And everybody could say I'm crazy, but I always got stuff prepared in case, you never know when a storm or anything, you have to leave your home or uh, just some kind of emergency. But I'll always try to keep a home bag or something where I can just grab and go. But no, that's where I had this book stored. I just think that's a good place to have it in case you needed it. Uh, but no, I just thought that would be pretty neat. That different people, uh, and that's like during hunting season. We got our pouches already loaded for the next season, and we keep what we know we're gonna need in there. But I think more prepared you are, more stuff that you're prepared at your house to handle different things. And that's like where I'm at. And I'm practically in the middle of nowhere. But there's towns around me, but our main heat is wood, and I wouldn't know what to do without wood heat.
Yeah, wood heat's really good. My brother's got in his house he just redone. He was going to put a gas stove in, but he thought twice about because of the way things are going, gas prices and stuff. He decided to put a wood stove in now. So
But
I'll be helping him do wood this summer.
uh but you know, uh I can give you a saw. I got a saw that I bought a year and maybe 2 years ago. I bought this saw for like $89. And it's a cheap saw, it ain't a name brand saw. But I paid $89 for this saw, and I only sharpened it 2 times. But I want to do a video of how much wood I cut with this saw and only sharpened it 1 time. And it's a lookalike. It says China saw on it. But I've cut about 20 or 30 loads of wood with that and only sharpened it 1 time. And I don't think there's a saw out there. I got 4 or 5 steels here. This saw will outdo that steel saw.
I've seen videos on them.
But yeah, I got it sitting over here on the floor. But last year, see, I got a lot of big equipment, and I got one tractor with forks and loaders on it, but I take and pile that stuff up, all them old trees and stuff, and then I saw what I can saw in a day, and then I run it through our automatic wood splitter. I don't have to worry about heat all winter, just one weekend.
Right, right.
Yeah, I can cut enough wood for us in one weekend that I don't even have to worry about it. But no, like I probably got about maybe 15 or 16 different saws because everybody tells me to get a name brand one, but I got a lot of name brand ones, but I can get a Poland or one of these Chinese saws, and they usually outcut one of those. And like 90% of the time, the sprockets wear out on them or the bar, and I can go and buy a cheap saw. Like I said, I cut like 30 loads, and heck, wood was going real high. Heck, you was easy to spend $150 for a truckload of wood, and I can buy that saw. I can buy that saw and cut twice as much wood out of that one saw.
Out here, it's going for about $250 a truckload.
But yesterday we got practically tornado winds here, or not yesterday, day before, and I showed Miss Blue Moon the wind it was blowing here. It was pushing trees out maybe 2 feet. It was just high winds, what it was, but the ground's so soft right now, and I was having to clean them out of the road because it was just uprooting them. But I just took the tractor down there and wrapped a chain around them and pulled them up in my farm driveway. But I'm gonna cut them up this week, and I might do a video on our 22-ton wood splitter, and it's about maybe 10 years old. And like I said, I can cut all my wood in a couple weekends, and I don't have to worry about it. And we got a 2,000 square feet home, and heck, we got an old England stove. I got it updated, but the stove that I got in my home, but it's all gravity fed. It's got a blower on it too. I put a blower on it, but I always wanted to put one of them fancy Tractor Supply in, but I think this stove that we got in this home, I think it's better than one of the Tractor Supply stoves.
Yeah. Here, let me address Edie here. Yes, Edie, you're welcome that I come up here with Larry. But just to let you and Miss Blue Moon know, I am watching chat, and I see what you guys are conspiring against Larry to do. So I'm going to let him know that you guys are planning on taking over his channel sometime.
Oh, that's like everybody was on here, and they the other night they didn't like because I had some women on here, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I never seen Lee J come on, and that kind of made me pretty happy. And then I had T Lee on here. There was a lot of girls up here, and I don't see that, and I kind of like that up here. They wasn't up here arguing. I thought that was a good thing.
You had Lee J up on your panel?
Yeah, here's her cups.
Oh, she won't go up on nobody. How'd you do that?
I bribed her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I bribed her pretty good. But she's a very good talker. But
yes,
I gave her a set of 4 coffee cups that I made while she was on the show. But I wanted to get them sent out to her, but she was supposed to get a hold of Miss Blue Moon to get her address. And then she tells me she didn't want them shipped to her, but I want to make sure what she wants me to do with her cups. If she don't want to, she's got a lot of friends on here. Maybe they got her address, and they can get a hold of me, and I can get them shipped out to her. But if she didn't want them, maybe we can give them. Maybe she can come on here, and maybe let her pick out who she wants to give them to. You know what I'm saying? They're her cups.
Yeah, that sounds good. If I see her out in one of the other chats, she goes on Rhinos a lot of times. If I see her there, I will say something to her for you.
You know, if she wants to donate them back to the channel, maybe split them up, split the four up, and maybe let her figure out. Maybe she wants to give them to somebody else on here, and we can get them sent out to them. Or if she wants to do the whole set, or maybe just do two pairs, just do two cups and give them to two people. I just
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think that's interesting to maybe get more people involved. I made a set of this for one of our viewers, and then I what I did, they wanted to pay me for them, but I made them. I didn't charge them nothing, but I told them if they wanted to, they could have donated to Miss Blue Moon because, like I said, she was needing help to get in the treatments and stuff, and that's what we did. We just gave them to people for helping her out, but that's where I said I'm glad we all can come together and help one another, and I think that's where we should be. But I got the equipment to make this stuff, and yeah, I spend all that money, but over the years that I spent that money, I made my money back, but I just like to be able to take that and give it back to other people where we can help. I think that's a good idea to do with it. But
Yes,
it's just,
that is a good idea. Let me address the chat again. Us men have to stick together too, ladies. You know that. You shouldn't have been surprised.
well, it's like the other night I told Sherbert, I said, Sherbert, you're going to end up leaving me here. I said, I got all these women. You're going to have to come over here and help me out. And I'm glad he came back. Like I said, I apologized to him the other night because I felt bad in a way, but I wasn't trying to hurt people's feelings. And he said he shouldn't have got mad. And I said, oh, I wasn't mad. It's just I just didn't want people to be upset. I just wanted us to bring people together. And he said he realized what I was trying to do, but you
Right.
know, the Lord says we got to forgive. Just none of us step in the same spot where we stepped before.
Yes,
And
exactly.
and
But
that was the thing when he came on here. Me and Miss Blumen wasn't trying to upset anybody. We just thought, well, maybe he'd say he was sorry, and we would just walk away, not mention it anymore, or don't even have to hear about it. And that's all we was trying to do. We was tired of hearing it, but
right, right.
we just thought maybe if we address it now, we'd never have to hear about it again. But yeah, because
Well,
we
that's
got tired. We just got tired of hearing it.
yeah. That's hey. When somebody comes up and you don't like what they're saying or something, address it and tell them. Don't let them get away with it.
You know, that's the only way we're going to fix things. You know what I'm saying? We got to at least talk. It's just like our mom and dads, when we got in an argument with them, we just discussed it out and we made up the next day. We all got to have conversation because that's the only way we're going to actually get along.
Yes, it is. I would think
But
that would be a good idea for the ladies to come up and have their nights. That would be interesting to
yeah,
listen to them.
well, it's like I said, I like being all ears and listen because there's all and 90% of the time that's why I like listen to other people speak, because especially when they're talking about different things, how to make different things, because that's the way I learn. I learn a good bit that way. Like I
That's
said,
how we all learn.
I like being
That's
all ears and taking different things in.
Well, that's how we all learn. You don't learn nothing unless you listen. You got to learn how to listen.
But
when I was young, I never said much. I never talked much. I always listened because I hung around with the older farmer type guys. I worked in tobacco and stuff like that when I was younger, and I just listened to the old guys, the old farmer guys talking, and you learn a lot.
Well, and and that's like a lot of people. They ask me why don't I hang out with a lot of 40-year-olds instead of like 40 and 50-year-olds instead of hanging out with the older like 80s and 50s. But I was always raised with people, older than me, and I'd rather hang out with older people like that.
Yeah, I would too. Even I volunteer down here at the senior center, and I love listening to them people down there, the seniors. I got to talk to a gentleman down here the one day I went down for lunch. He's 84 years old. He's been flying a plane for over 50 years, and I learned a lot from him about planes, how they run, and everything. It was really neat to listen to him, and it gave him. He was happy because it gave someone for him to talk to about something he knew.
Uh, we got a veteran here, and he got the airport on the outside of before you get to, I think it's Interstate 70, but it's in the Barnesville. But he's got a little airplane place, and I said at the hospital, I was took a friend over to get a surgery done, but I met this old man there, and I learned a lot about him because he was a veteran and stuff. But he always told me to stop in there and see him, and but he's a nice old guy. But every week he gets a blood fusion, and he's like, he hates to do it, but if he didn't do it, he said he wouldn't even be here today. But he was a very nice old man I met there that day, and then ever since I seen him in there when I'd go over there, he'd always tell me, "Stop by the airport and see me for a while." But he just wanted conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He old people. I think they all enjoy conversation, even if you go to their porch and sit there and sit on the porch with them for an hour or two.
Yeah, yes, and they enjoy it. They really
Yeah,
enjoy that.
but and that's like Edna. She works at the nursing home, and I'd take her to work sometimes and then drop her off, and then I'd come back that evening. Some days I'd spend in there half hour to an hour with some of those older ladies and just visit with them, talk to them. Because a lot of them gets put in there and their family never comes back. And,
Yes, yeah, that is
and,
very true.
and there was this one old lady I met in there, and that's what happened to her. She got put in there, and she was a very smart old lady. And there was stuff that she knew, and it's like, why are you even in here? And then she goes, well, I can't walk very good. But she had a very smart brain. She was very smart. She knew how to do about anything. But she was just having trouble walking. But yeah, it's just sad. Some of these people, they're so smart, and it's just they lost ability of their legs or their hips. Uh, but that's like a few years ago. I got hurt at work, and I was practically I couldn't walk for almost 2 years, and because I had spinal issues and different things. But I prayed to God every day because I didn't know what I was going to do. But He answered my prayers, and I'm walking again. And I thank Him every day.
Yes,
But
yes, because that would be a terrible. I think that would be a terrible thing to lose. Your ability to walk, your sight, your hearing wouldn't be so bad, but your sight, stuff like that. I don't know if I could handle that. I just don't think
yeah,
I could.
especially especially it's like my father-in-law, he's deaf, and everybody gets mad because I gotta talk loud to him around him, and when he comes and visit, they say, "Man, Larry, you gotta talk that loud to him." But anybody that tries to talk to him, they have to come and talk to me because they're like, "How in the world do you get him to hear you?" And I said, "You just talk loud," because he was in, I think, the Korean War or something like that. I can't remember. It said in his dad, but he had a bomb or something or a missile or it was a tank or something, and it went off in his ears, and he's about deaf on one ear, and he can barely hear in the other ear because he worked in the coal mine. And but he's got some interesting stories, stuff went on, but it it's just like I said, if he would lose his sight, he'd be really upset. He probably
Well,
couldn't.
yeah,
He'd have to have somebody there constantly helping him because he would just be so aggravated at himself.
yeah. Tina P just came on. Hello, Tina.
Yeah, I appreciate anybody that comes in. Like I said, I hope there's one night that I can maybe get like maybe uh Edna and Miss Teeley and a lot of these girls, the other night they did a real good job coming up here making conversation. That's what I said. I think all of us could make good conversation on here.
Yeah,
And
I think that would.
I
I
think
think that
what
would
it
be.
is, everybody's starting to get used to it now. Uh everybody's starting to figure out how the camera works. You can't have two devices on. Uh but I think we're all learning together.
Yeah, and but a lot of them, I hear this from most of the women. Well, I don't like the way my voice sounds. My voice sounds terrible. But you sit and talk on the phone for hours and hours and hours to somebody. It's just
Yeah.
this is how you meet people. I like I said, I think it would be great.
But and that's like Miss Blumen, she's doing such a good job, even on my show, she she didn't even she ain't just lifting me up. I've been lifting her up, and we've been working together just to do this show, and we've been helping each other. That's a pretty good friendship, and it's like everybody on here. Like I said, it wasn't just me trying to build this show. Her and Edna, we didn't even know where to even start. But I said I'll keep playing around with it, but we figured it out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too big of a brain idea to figure out, but it took us a while. But we're figuring it out slowly, but we're figuring it out.
Well, I've watched several shows that started from the beginning, and everybody when they first start out, look at Rhino when he started out. He had problems, worked through it though, and now he knows how to do everything almost. He does a
Yeah,
very good job, and you're doing a good job now. You've done it enough.
but everybody says it's easier on a computer, and that's like I told Miss Blumen. I said I don't have no problem getting a computer, but how hard is it going to be for me to start over and figure out where the buttons are from this phone to a computer? And everybody says it's easier, but I don't have no trouble getting a computer, but I can get a computer. That's no trouble.
Yeah, but can you stay mobile with it? You'd have to get. I would have, from what everybody else does, they use a laptop. That way, because you like to stay mobile.
Yeah,
So yeah.
And that's like, Miss Blumen, she knows that we got a lot of different things that we can bring to this show. And that's like I think it'd be neat to even do a live show when we're out in the hayfield to show how a lot of the equipment, if they had questions or anything, we could do a live show right there if they had questions. Uh displaying what's going on, what different things it does. You know, there's a lot of uh, information people don't even know how to do. And I just thought if we can keep it mobile with the phone, that'd make it pretty interesting.
Yeah. T Lee just put up here. It would be easier because the buttons are bigger.
Yeah, probably so.
I don't know. You know, it all depends what you're comfortable with. You go by what you're comfortable with.
But it's just like my telephone. I'm starting to get I pretty well know what and that's like Teely. She showed me a lot of new things on here. We was worried about the private chat or how to get rid of different things. And the other night she showed me a lot of new information on here I didn't even know.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like getting different addresses and then getting rid of that's a good way to get addresses and stuff, you know, in private chat like that.
Yeah, that's what a
But
lot of them do. That's how they pass a lot of information around.
yeah, but no, that helped me out because I was just curious of how we're gonna get different. Less we would. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out different ways where people wouldn't feel so bad about. They don't feel bad giving their information out, but they don't want to give it out and the wrong person get a hold of it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing there. You know, with everything that goes on now, people stealing information and stuff. Yeah, that's a concern.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing, and that's like, you know, there's a lot of things going on that we can do, but we always got that one butthole. It ruins it for everybody. It could just ruin somebody's life, and I don't want that.
Yes, yes. Miss Blue Moon says use the laptop in the house and your phone outside, Larry.
Yeah, that's what she keeps telling me.
Yeah.
But that's like, you know, the gigabytes on some of the computers I was looking at tonight. Some of them's like 126, and the other ones are 256. You know, I figured a 256 gigabyte would probably be better, wouldn't it?
Oh, I have no idea. I know nothing about that stuff. Then people talk to me like that, and it's like, okay, do you want to speak English now so I can when it comes
Well,
to this type stuff?
well, and it's like you know, the old laptops. They don't even sell those because I was wanting one that had the floppy where you can put the round disc in too, but they just quit selling those. Now they're just already built, and you just got to buy different drivers and add to them and different things. It's like, man, they got so much extra stuff that you can add to them, but I think you should just be able to do it with a computer.
Yeah, them computers, you wouldn't even be able to do this here we're doing now. You know, them old
Yeah,
ones like that. Yeah, they're considered ancient now. What do you call it? Antiques. Antiques. They're
they're probably
collecting them ones.
it. Well, I'd hate to. It'd be like trying to use one of the old IBM freaking computers today. You would never even get anywhere with it. What technology they got today. You know, they started out with that little floppy disk and then they went to a round disk. And now they just got all the ones that don't even need a disk.
Yeah, the hard drives, everything's internal. Yeah, I know. Look how much you can do with your phone now. Jeez, whoever thought of that? You know, when you were a
Yeah.
kid, when you were in high school, when I was in high school, they just started giving computer classes to the A people. Everybody that had A's and B's, you know, you got to go to computer class. It's like, well, I'll never be able to do that anyway, so I don't care. You know, I wasn't an A and B student, nowhere close.
Well, they just gave us a typewriter.
Yeah, yeah. I took typing 1 3 years in a row just to fill my schedule up.
Yeah. But another thing that's went a long way is the 3D printers.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, I heard they've gone a long way. Everything's going a long way, you know?
You
Everything's
know, my friend's got a 3D printer for metal work, and he can take any picture and put it on to his computer, and then he'll scan that picture in his computer, and then it'll give him different dimensions of how big he wants to make it, and then he'll push a button how big he wants it, and then that laser will take that sheet of metal, throw it through a printer, and it'll cut that printing of whatever you want right out just perfect as the page.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
it's pretty neat how they, because I said, boy, I could use that thing just to make just tractor parts. I said different tractor parts. You could really print your own parts out with that 3D printer. Pretty nice.
Yeah, but how much does one of them cost?
He said $2,000, but he got that thing and last year, but probably the first 2 weeks he made all his money back.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, easily.
uh he cuts all these different signs out, and like he does animal signs and uh I mean just all different things, there's different signs, and some of these yard decorations, and they take them to a fair, and they don't have no trouble selling them. They're just so nice. And that's like he makes these fireplaces with that, and they're so nice. I mean, they got a lot of different soldier decorations you can put out in your yard. It's just, you can make a lot of money with a 3D printer,
Yeah, yeah.
but you got to know how to
Wow.
run a computer.
Well, yeah, you still got to learn how to do it. It's that's like with every, look when you start driving tractor, you had to learn how to do that
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
but computers, I think, is pretty hard to learn sometimes.
Well, it all depends who you have showing you how to do it, and
Yeah,
that's all it is. Just keep learning. Keep doing it over and over, and you'll learn how to do it.
but
I have a
but
poor
no,
memory, so I can't never remember nothing.
me either. I remember some things, but normally when like doing this, I have a hard time remembering different things. But if I'm sitting around and not doing nothing, I'd be like, "Oh, I should have talked about this or that or something else." And in the time when I go live again, I already forgot about it. I'd have to sit
Yeah.
down and write them down, but then I'd have a whole freaking book, and then I wouldn't know what to talk about. But no, I'm
Well,
just glad.
looks like the ladies are done chatting. I haven't seen nothing go by for a while.
But yeah, uh, yeah, I figure I'd stay on here. Well, we can leave anytime now if anybody wants to leave. We was on here 2 hours, but we
Uh,
ain't been on for 3 days. Well, we was on the other night, and we was on for like an hour and a half. But me and Miss Blue Moon said, we both said, well, we only had like 18 people over here, and I said we didn't really have that much to talk about, but I just deleted the thing because we didn't really talk about anything, and I said we just take it down. But
yeah.
if we're talking about something real good, having a good conversation, we'll leave them up.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that was one.
Libertas says, let's call last call. So
But that's like me and Miss Blue Moon came up with just chatter. And why we did that is because we could come on here and talk about anything. You know, we ain't limited to one thing. And
Yeah, well,
that was
that's why I like to see the ladies come up. I'd really like to see, you know, 3 or 4 ladies come up here and just go to it and have a good show just to get their point of view on things.
and that's like the other night. Everybody was like, "Man, Larry P got a lot of women over there." But I thought that was nice. You know, I didn't see anything wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was good. Like I told him, I said, "You girls did a good job." I said, "You got to realize you women's what makes the world go around."
That's right, because if they leave it up to us men, we'd still be in caves.
Yeah, we'd be in awful shape. And that's
You
what I
know it.
said. If we all had the same opinion, we'd even be in worse shape. But yeah, Urban, thank you for coming up here and sharing the show with me. I really appreciate you and Miss Blue Moon doing that.
Well, we appreciate you for having this so we can come up and talk.
It's like D Dog came in here a few days ago. It's probably been about 5 days ago. You know, he came in here and he gave me and Miss Blue Moon somebody to talk to, and he brought some really interesting things, and I like having him on the show too.
Yeah, I saw part of that. Sometimes it was on one of the days when I work during the day. It takes so much out of me. I come home
Yeah,
and I'll skip around and listen to what's going on. I won't even get into chat.
yeah, I like doing that, and that's what I said. There's a lot of things that I do. I like going there because, like I said, I like just being ears. I like listening to different things, and that's like when Trump's speech came on. I listened to a little bit of it, and then when they got to about what they're trying to do to the children, you know, make a lot of that just makes me sick. I just want to walk away from it. I don't want to even hear it.
I heard 5 minutes of his speech and I fell asleep.
But you know, I think any 12 or 13-year-old kid, you shouldn't be trying to push that stuff on any of them.
No, no,
I
nope.
think I think that's where the parents should stand up and say, "I had enough."
But the trouble is, it's the parents that are doing it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of parents out there doing that with their children.
but yeah,
So,
it just makes me sick of some of the news. And
yeah,
that's why I said I really didn't. When we talk about different things on here, I kind of want to talk about everything because there's a lot of people covering politics.
yeah, too many, too many.
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about politics. But I
Mhm.
thought it was just nice, you know, to see how people's day is gone, how their week's been, how their weather is. Because that's like the night when D Dog came on here. We had Sugar on here, and she was telling us the part in Florida. She was saying something about they didn't even lose their leaves. And I was like, hey, them trees would have to lose their leaves sometime. But, you know,
Yeah, some of the
you
trees don't.
well, that's what she was trying to tell us. They don't because it's so warm.
Yeah, well, it wasn't warm down there this winter. My brother was down in the 20s. He actually had to go out and cover up his lemon trees and put a heater out in his pump house so his water wouldn't freeze up on him. And he lives
What,
around Ocala.
in Florida?
Yes, he lives an hour and a half north of Orlando, and right in the middle of the state.
But no, there's a lot of people said no, them trees would have to lose some leaves. But she was saying, Sugar was saying that they don't really lose that many leaves because it's just too warm. It ain't like when you go from down there and you come here in the fall in the north and all the trees there's no leaves on any of them. You know, she's saying down there in Florida, there's trees that actually don't lose none of their leaves.
Yes, there is. There's some that don't. The palm trees never lose their leaves. I
Yeah,
lived down there. I lived down there for 3 years, and it was too hot for me. When you can go out
but
at 1:30, when you can go out at 1:30 at night and sit there and sweat that's too hot.
But I had a friend that bought a home down there, and you know these little lizards that climbs around in Florida. They're all on the trees. They're not a gecko. They're
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah, they'd fall out because it got so cold.
yeah. But anyway, he had dogs, and his dogs got a hold of them, and it made his dogs real sick. But because his dog kept messing with him, but they made his dog sick, and he had to screen his porch and not and watch the dogs. But he was telling me one winter it got so cold down there that they was falling everywhere on the ground. But what
Yeah,
I just figured when it got that cold, wouldn't the trees just go ahead and die and then come back with new leaves then?
no, because it doesn't get cold down there for that's only for like a day or 2 or 3 days. It doesn't get cold down there. You know, like 50 degrees down there. When it's 50 degrees down there, the people are wearing winter jackets like you wear when it's 20 degrees.
Yeah. Like I said, I ain't from that area. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's why I like
it's a nice place to visit, but you don't want to live there. At
yeah,
least me.
but no, you just might as well say I'm an Eskimo. I've been in the north.
Well, that's the way with me. You know, I grew up around Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I lived there for 40 some years, so you know, it got pretty cold around there and a lot of snow.
But no, I appreciate everybody coming on here. I think we had a good show tonight, and maybe if we have something to talk about, maybe we can talk tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever,
But,
you know, whatever you do. I don't know if I'll be on, but yeah.
but maybe I can try to talk to girls that coming on, maybe doing a show or something tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll let it play by ear.
Okay. Hey, Libertas, yeah, we're getting ready to get off. So good night to you and see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have a great
Good night. Good night, T. Lee.
Yeah, good night, T. Lee.
I
Okay,
got
Larry,
your back.
let's go ahead and wrap this up for the night.
Okay. See you guys later.
All right, bye everyone.
Thanks, Urban.